outro. We're live. It's been one of those days.
I was like, oh, this looks good.
Okay, I'll do the intro at the end just to make it like
right. Come on.
Paying attention to this one. How is it over? Because it's like, thank you for joining us today. And I'm like,
I thought it was good. I thought I would listen. I was right there with you. I was tracking with you.
All right, so we'll give it a few minutes, see who pops on, or maybe they saw the outro and figured, oh, we missed it today. I hope not. I don't know. Maybe I should play the intro really quick. I don't know.
Oh, play it.
I really did say.
Can you play it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I love about live streaming. Just play it.
That's why I say I just have fun with this. There's no stress around here.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes the intro. There we go.
I love it. Intro. That is
like
dope.
it?
Did Chris show you how to do that? That is dope. That was dope. That was everything.
Yep.
Thank you.
So here we go. So we got Chris. Hey, Trevor. So I don't know, Chris, if you noticed or not, we've been obviously talking about you behind the scenes, Chris, but I played the outro first. And I'm like, shit, I'm playing the outro. So then I stopped and Aya and I are talking and she's like, no, play the intro. So then I played the intro. So
play it. That was dope. That was dope. That was.
I'm all red.
Hi, everybody. You guys.
Hi, everybody. So Trevor says now I have to level up my intro. Yeah, my outro was what I don't know if you saw my intro or my outro, Trevor.
Level it up.
Chris says, haha, I didn't catch that. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So Aya, you get to do your own intro. Tell us who you are, what you do, what you love.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. First of all, thank you, Tanya, for on your show. I appreciate that. What's your story? I think stories are so powerful. I mean, my kids are babies and they love stories. So thank you so much for having me on here. Hello, everyone. My name is Aya. And what is my story? I have so many different stories, but right now I'm a mom to two little girls. They're like the biggest part of that's like my leading role. Mm-hmm. Bye, Chris. Playing mommy and, making sure that my girls are, I'm taking care of them and being a good role model.
Yeah.
I'm also an author. So I have 9 books that I've written and published.
Wow.
And I love writing, and I'm just a big writer. I love writing. Also a professional speaker, a faith-based speaker. And I'm a coach. I'm a business coach. So I just do a bunch of different things. I'm also a business coach. I coach small to medium-sized entrepreneurs to 10x their revenue, profit, and visibility. And so, and I'm a salesperson by trade. So I've been in sales forever, B2B sales forever. So I'm a salesperson by trade. I'm like a classic salesperson. Whatever you think of them, that's me.
So you're the one that made people say she's so salesy, or no? Because I coach. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that so many people think salespeople, and that's okay. I've had to run the territory. I don't think when you interact with people would say it in a pejorative manner. Oh, she's so. I don't think that. I've never gotten that feedback, but I'm all about KPIs, and I'm about like money. Like, did you get like? I'm not about all that.
Yeah. Well, so I met on LinkedIn, where not all my guests, but most of my guests is where I've met and connected. And I love your posts. I love your business posts. I love, how to engage on LinkedIn posts. So how did that happen?
You know what? So I'm an intuitive business person. So I don't necessarily plan everything that I write out like in advance. I usually
Yeah.
write things within like a week or two time frame, and I usually pick. I usually do a week theme. So when the new year came, I was kind of like, I was just so inspired by all of these posts about like 2023 and no new year. It's like when you're on LinkedIn, you kind of see what people are talking about,
Right.
And I didn't want to really talk about that because I feel like that's such a personal thing, like how people can go. That's a personal
Sure.
thing. But I did think I could really give some hard how to really position your win in your LinkedIn strategy 23. So that's kind of how that came about.
Yeah, well, it's very cool. And I know that I've been enjoying your posts. So very, very nice. If anybody on here has any questions, please feel free to bounce them out there. I'm keeping an eye on the chat the best that I can. So throw them on out there. So how did you become a business coach?
When I first started coaching in general, I was coaching about emotional health, relationships, like how to have good relationships, how to be more self-aware, how to be more emotionally intelligent. And that's actually like what I love. Like I'm obsessed with that. I have books I have going on with that. But when you talk to people, they were so heavy burdened by like their businesses were like a mess, or just like, they felt unfulfilled. There was just, we just kept coming back to this theme, this theme of like business, entrepreneurship, money, jobs, like how can I get more? And so I found that the majority of our conversations, the majority of the conversations, I was talking to them about how to run a business, and so I said, well, maybe I should make the leap. And that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah. So so that's why I really enjoy when I meet people. I'm like, oh my gosh. And probably, the universe connected us for a reason. I know Gretchen connected us, right? Because I'm a take a leap kind of gal. I don't overthink it. And, it's like, okay, I'm going to leap. And as I'm falling down to the ground, I'm going to figure it out. And I used to drive my ex crazy. Probably why he's my ex. It's like, well, what are you going to do? And where's your plan? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go. Yeah.
That's a superpower.
I admire that though.
I think that's a superpower. I think it's I think the thing about being human is all of us have really unique strengths and different ways to approach things. And they all work for that person. They all work for that person. And so if it wasn't working for you, you probably wouldn't be doing that, And so I always tell people that if it's working for you, man, go with it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm a superpower gal, and there's a few clients on here that are my clients, so they know we talk about superpowers. So I'm going to put you on the spot. What are your superpowers?
Oh my gosh, I have to say empathy. It sounds so cheesy, right? It's like everyone's empathy.
No, not everybody has that. I had to learn that skill.
No, I would say empathy. Yeah, I would say empathy because I really so it's strange because I was in sales, and sales is tough on your personal development. Like you have to grow up if you're going to be doing that because you're going to experience
not easy.
It's not easy. You're going to experience a lot of rejection. You have to be disciplined. Like there's a lot of things that it brings out of you. So on that sense, I have this kind of like practical, like, all right, let's get it going. But my real thing is I really know how people, I can feel you. Like I can feel what you're feeling. I can feel you. And let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, we can't keep moving let's talk about that. So, and I didn't realize it was a superpower because it's something that just comes naturally to me, but I just kept getting that feedback from people. And then when I would encounter people who didn't show any empathy, I would be like, what is wrong with you? I would be so wounded. I would be like, what is happening? Like, I'm just like walking around wounded. But I realized that, oh, that's not everyone.
No, it's not. And so, my clients are probably rolling their eyes right now because I am very empathetic. However, I don't stop and sometimes recognize their wins. It's like, yay, you won. Now what's next? And they're like, Tanya, can we just stop and right, and enjoy this win for a few minutes before? Because I am so driven and I'm like, okay, what's next? What's next? Let's go. Because I want them to hit their monetary goal or their, transaction goal, or, I want to double my business goal. And I get so laser focused on that I forget to go, okay, let's celebrate that win. So that's my superpower is my drive.
Man, I love it.
And my kryptonite is let's stop and enjoy the win.
So how do you do that in your life? So like, do you feel like you celebrate your wins?
No, it's like, what's next? It's like, yay. It's like, well, I'll stop and say yay. And I will recognize it was a win and I did it. And then it's like, okay, now let's go keep moving. So yeah, I could stop and celebrate more for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm surprised nobody's commenting. Come on, let's give us a comment or two on your superpowers.
Yes, I want to know.
Yeah, we want to know. Superpower or kryptonite?
That's so interesting. So do you feel like, do you want other people to celebrate your wins? Do you feel like you need, like if someone, like, what do you think you need? Like, how do you like, is the joy in the pursuing or is the joy in the accomplishing for you?
The accomplishing. And I'm very motivated by money. I am very motivated by two things. Money. I'm not going to ever lie about that. I am. If it's just a trophy, no. Right. But I am even more motivated by making sure that my clients cross their finish line. And so my competitiveness, my drive then goes on to them, which is my superpower as a coach. And again, my kryptonite is I still need to stop and celebrate their small baby step wins or their big medium step wins, whatever that is. I need to celebrate wins. So there, you just threw it all out there. Yeah.
No, I love it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Right. So, hey, Phil, I saw you sneak in and
I love that. Motivated by money. Boom.
Please celebrate. Yeah. And then motivated by money. Boom. Well, I mean, I wish I didn't have to be motivated by money. I mean, I have a mortgage to pay, right? I have a retirement at some point where I want to retire. So money is a necessary thing in our lives. So I don't want to be embarrassed or shy about, I mean, money isn't everything, but we still have to pay a rent or a mortgage, right? And want to have fun.
Money is energy. Money is energy. Like money is energy, and money is energy. That's all it is. A reflection of like, it's the currency that allows you to live your life, right? So if you don't have any money, like I've had seasons of money, and that sucked. It was not positive. It was not positive. And so I think that whether it's money or motivated by just having all of your needs met or living in abundance or whatever it is, I think that's so
right.
And I love that you're saying that.
Yeah. And some people aren't motivated by money. I coach a lot of very heart-centered people that are motivated by other things. If it's taking care of their family or being recognized and being number one in the industry. There's, some people want that trophy, or so to speak, but still need to pay the mortgage. Yeah. But it's okay not to be motivated by money. It's not for everybody. Yeah. So Rachel has a question. Hold on, Rachel. Let me pull it up. Can a person coach another with their own life experiences, or do they need certifications? Good question. You go first.
There's some really so like coaching is a really interesting industry because it's not regulated. So the coaching industry is not regulated. It's a
Yeah.
billion-dollar industry. So people are
Yep.
making billions and billions of dollars regulated. So
Right.
mm. Amazing certification programs like the International Coaching Federation, the Life Coaching School. There's a lot of
Yep.
different really fun things that you can do that I think all have value. And so the way I feel about
Oh, Aya, you just froze. Are we frozen? Hi,
oh,
Sandra. You froze. I don't know if we all froze or not, but you froze there for a few minutes.
okay, am I back?
Yes, you are back.
So I think that hey Sandra, so I think that the way I feel about certification in coaching is the same way I feel about university education. So you don't have to go to university to be successful at whatever it is that you endeavor in life, unless you are doing something that requires that. And so I don't necessarily think coaching requires certification, but I definitely think there's such a benefit to it. And I think that there are a lot of coaches that were never certified that definitely get results for their clients. But I also think that there are a lot of coaches that don't really know how to coach. And so you have to
Right.
be kind of wary of that.
Yes. And I'm going to agree with you. And that's one of the reasons why I got certifications is it does give me, I am, certified with the ICF, the International
Yeah.
Coaching Federation, Coactive Coach, CPCC, took me years and it costs money. So it's a definite commitment in having certifications.
Yeah.
And I love my certifications. And what I love even more is my life experience around it. I was a business owner. I ran a flight school. I lived on a sailboat. Was a real estate agent for 20 years. Ran a very successful #2 company in Houston. So my life experience is what I draw on. And then, yes, obviously my certifications and having techniques and coaching tools in my toolbox help. But I feel, and again, this is very open to, I love other people's opinions. I feel that both, that's why I want to share stories. Cause when I coach somebody who's been through a divorce, I've been through one, right? Yeah. Not that I can't coach
Yeah.
somebody that has gone through an experience that I've never had, but I think our life experiences, when we look at them, right,
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
us who we are. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. Great question, Rachel.
Yeah. Love the question. Yeah, right. And so Sandra says, I got certified for me. Yeah, I got certified for me. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody have any questions for Aya? Please shoot them in there. I'm looking. Yeah, and I know Sandra's had amazing life. I mean, I say amazing. Sandra's had some really hard life experitions. So when I say amazing, I mean really intense, good ways,
Rich,
bad, sad way,
rich,
rich.
yeah,
Yeah.
rich, depth,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is more about you than about me. So any other stories you want to share that impacted you that will impact anybody on the call, right? We do this so that people know that they're not alone.
Absolutely. I think, one of the biggest things that pushed me into entrepreneurship in general was I had children, I was married. I got married to this guy, and we had two really lovely children. And then our marriage fell apart. And then after he left, it was like, oh, there's no financial support. It was like a very traumatizing experience for me. And so at the time, I was, I couldn't really, I mean, I think they were 1 and 3 or so. No, 2 and 4, 2 and 4. And they had just turned 2 and 4.
Yeah.
And I was really like kind of intense. Then I went, and then I was like still working in like corporate America, but I realized that corporate America was not working for me in terms of helping me giving time to be a mom. And one of the things I learned from that experience was, I had so many times where like, I felt like my life was over. So like if you have small children, that life continues with them. They have high levels of need. So they need you to feed, like they need you to feed them. They need you to do this for them. They need you to do this for them. So it doesn't matter if you're like literally like about to, have this depressive episode, or you can't get out of bed,
Right.
or, you're like, whatever. Like, hey, we need dinner.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, let's,
Hello.
I need some food. Like, oh, you've been crying? Oh, mommy, that's too bad. Anyway, so I want to watch.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
So that was really intense because I had children late in life. I had children pretty late in life. So I didn't have the time to recover that I think I would have benefited from. And so that's where I felt like I just don't have this. I just can't, I'm not going to make it. Like, I'm just not going to make it. Like, I was like, I'm just not going to know what's going to happen. We're not going to make it. And it just, because I think I would hit the exhaustion. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I was just tired. And then you think about like, well, what's going to happen tomorrow?
Oh, you froze again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're back again.
Okay. And then you would just feel like tired. And so one of the things I learned from that experience, is that no matter how hard an experience is, like the harder you feel like you cannot overcome it, the harder you feel like I will never get over this, or I will never come out of this. That experience is going to make you stronger, because in my situation, I was like, I have to come out of this. And I'm so grateful for my children being as young as they were, because it like it was just nonstop. Like I just couldn't, I was like, okay, I got to keep it moving. And maybe if it wasn't like that, I would have really went into a depressive state. And so I also learned that this life is for your design. So if things that are happening are not working the way you want them to work, or they're not doing what you want them to do, or they're not serving you, or there's a misalignment, or it's just like the puzzle pieces are not fitting, it's not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's not a sign that like you'll always be there, but it is an invitation for you to find a way to make it work. So it is an invitation. And so I realized that the hardest moments of our life, the things that, because I think when I was the whole divorce thing, for me, like, it just felt like, wow, just felt like this was a broken, like, this is an incurable wound. This is not curable.
Yeah.
And to look back now, I can talk about it the way I'm talking about it because I'm cured. I'm, my husband. I'm good.
Yeah.
We're good. I can talk about it.
Right. Well,
Go ahead.
To see the perspective or see the bigger picture when we're really stuck in the trenches or stuck in the quicksand, right? We feel like we're sinking. I've been divorced now. I can't believe it, but this year will be 10 years, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. It really is. I became more independent, became a coach. I'm self-sufficient. I became much stronger, a better mother, but not when I was stuck in it. That first year was hard shit, that first year, So yeah.
Absolutely. So I feel like the thing that I learned the most is it's an invitation to design your life. It's an invitation to redesign your life. So I thought my life was going to be like this, and I thought it was going to be like this and play out in a certain way, and it's not. And so then I had this blank slate, and I was like, what? After a while, I realized this is great. It's a blank slate. It can really, and then I started asking myself the hard questions like, what do you want it to be? And how can you get it there? And so for me, entrepreneurship is just a vehicle for me to be a a mom that's financially stable. Like, so I realized like entrepreneurship is that vehicle for me to really do what is the most important thing to me, be a present parent and raise, healthy humans.
Yeah, and be a great role model that you are. Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there because there's a great question, and you can go first. It says, "Hey, ladies, who are some of your favorite clients you have worked with, and how did you help them?" So you want to answer first, and I'll go.
Oh my gosh. So I have a fair amount of business clients that I've helped them. And it's not that those stories are not fun, because they are fun. So when I coach for business, I really coach to help you make more money. So it's not like
Yep.
this like fancy, like, deep spiritual moments. We're talking like KPIs, like profits, like we're, but in those conversations, the things that I love the most is, when I was coaching people to like overcome their walls and their resistance to their greatness. So definitely, like, in every person I've coached, every single person, whether I was coaching them around or I'm coaching them in business to this day, to this day, what I love to see is when they face the resistance that they give themselves to embrace their greatness. Because it's like, it's really clear to your coach, like, you're great, but your resistance to you being great is causing this, this, and this. And you're going to need to work on that to uncover this. And so you can do this. And so, and through conversations and whatever, when they really get that light bulb moment where they're like, I am great. I am actually the thing that's resisting my greatness. Let me get out of my own way and let me shine as bright as I can shine, and be okay with that, accept it, embrace it, celebrate it. That's when the magic happens, because it's like you could see it in their face. Their face lights up, they're excited, and then their goals start getting met, and then they don't need me anymore. And that's wonderful.
Yeah, and it is wonderful. And so very similar. Like when you say, so who are some of your favorite clients? Obviously, with confidentiality, I can't sit here and name them. However, I'll try not to get emotional. So yes, I'm a business coach too. So having them make more money, hit their goals, double their business, hire better, all those things. So it's like what you said, it's what's in here that's keep some of my clients living small. And so learning how to switch that radio station in their brain when so my favorite clients are the ones that are open to this, right? That's my favorite client. They're open to
Yes.
And so I have a brag. So literally today I had a client that's been working about 16, 17 months on getting out of debt. He had over $100,000 on credit card debt. And today he called me and said, I want you on the phone with me. I'm pushing send for my last payment. I am now not 100. He was like out of debt, debt free. That's my client, right? It's like, yay. And so, yes, that's the why I do what I do. And then, yes, there's the money piece. But yes, that's why I do what I do. And you do too, right? Yeah. So that is, I wish I had been a coach longer, right? It's been 10 years now. But those life experience also, I've been in debt. I mean, when I was 30 years old, and I'm not even anywhere close to 30 anymore, I couldn't buy a loaf of bread on credit, right? So those are the things, like I've been in debt. I know where you've been. I feel, the shame around it. Let's get you out of it. And here we are, 17 months later, he's not, $100,000 is gone,
That's so amazing.
Yeah, so I love that question. Thank you, Aubrey. All right, so we are past our half an hour. That's why I'm thinking I need to make this longer. So question I always ask, and you get to say it out in the universe, is what's your next chapter? What do you want to write in your next chapter?
Oh my gosh, I want to move to the country.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Seriously.
So what country do you have, what state, or is it out of the country? Where do you want to be?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I want to, so if it's in the country, I want to live in I want to live in North Carolina in the country, deep country. Or if I move to Shetland, which is in it's in Ireland area, I would move really far away. I want to live in the country. I want to live in the country with my kids and a house with a lot of land where we're time, and you have to like drive half a mile just to get to my drive. Like my driveway is like half a mile. Like it's like really far. I've been living in Los Angeles. I'm so serious. I've been living in Los Angeles. Like I live in Los Angeles, California. I have lived in every major city in the US. I've lived in New York City, San Francisco. I've lived in Miami. I've lived in city. I'm a city girl, and I'm done. I'm done. I am trying to move to the country.
Well, there you go. You got an offer from Auburn, West North Carolina. I love the
listen, country life. I am like trying to figure that out, moving to the country. And then and I think the next big story is like really like that's regular, but the next big part of my story is, you know, I want to really transition out of coaching, actually, not necessarily right away, but I really want to transition more into my writing and my speaking, like on a very larger scale. So I will still coach. I will always coach, but I really, you know, like I love, because like if I write a post or a blog or a book and I have so many people can share a part of me and have something to help them.
Yeah.
And it can help coaching over like 10 people. That's just me. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad. It's just me.
Yep. No, that's okay. That's what I so admire. Just be real. All right. So I ask everybody this question too. When you're not having a positive day, and even coaches, we have days that we're just like, oh, you know, I'm too old for this, or whatever that crap voice is in our head, right? What do you do to snap out of it? What do you do to switch the radio station?
Oh my gosh. My gosh. I pray. Yep. I just pray. I mean, it sounds so like not sexy. I just sit still and I just start praying. Like, so I just start praying, and just sometimes it's really also just sitting still too, like sitting still, you know, being still, turning everything off, sitting still. And then I have a conversation with my creator. And that usually does it. Like, honestly, you know, it usually does it. Even when I was at the heyday of my divorce and I was like super depressed all the time, I would pray and then I would feel better for a few minutes. So like sometimes I have to pray a lot. So I'd feel better and then I would get depressed again. That's what I do.
Yeah. Well, that's no one. I've been doing this like the lives for about 3 months now, maybe 4 months, no more than that. And I've never gotten the same answer. So that's like, you know, 16 lives and not one person has given the same answer. So that's what I love about asking that question, and always puts like that nail in the coffin. Coaching isn't a one size fits all, right? Everybody has something different that's going to get them out of their funk. And we bring that out of our clients. And you pray, I pray, and my grandmother passed away many, many years ago, but I will talk to her. And if I'm really still and really quiet and really just get centered, I know she'll give me the answer. So, right. So I know some people are going to go, oh my God, who's Tanya? But it works.
No, listen, I'm with you. I got you. So I got you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, everybody. It's way past a half an hour. This will record and post on LinkedIn and Facebook. So if you want to, you know, come back and see any comments or connect with anybody that's been on here, you can. Do you want to shout out how people can connect with you besides LinkedIn?
Yeah, you know what? Every social media platform, I'm Aya Egbuho. Like every social media platform. My website is ayaegbuho.com. So if you want to connect with me, interact with me, my website is ayaegbuho.com, and anywhere on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Twitter, LinkedIn, it's Aya Egbuho. And I'll pop.
That's easy to remember. Okay, so you can come back and comment or reach out to Aya or to me. Thank you for sharing this half hour with us, Aya, and everybody who came on. Really appreciate it. Yep, and hopefully see everybody next week. All right,
everybody.
Let's see if I can find. Okay, so now let's see if I can find the outro.
Oh, you got this.
Got this.